Hey, listen, if you in your car, if you with your family, if you in the backyard having a cookout, I need you to turn this all the way up, cause it's about to go live. Woo! This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the show can't take it away. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the show can't take it away. See the vibes, I know you see the light and how it shines. I'm a child of God, why you look surprised? I'm super fly, I won't apologize, cause I walk in favor, I got flavor. Salt of the earth, I can't lose my savor. Jesus Christ, yeah, that's my savior. Eyes on the cross, I don't see no hate. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Yeah, yeah, I once was lost, but now I'm fine. I won't go.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Episode 195 of the Motivation Moments podcast with yours truly, your humble servant, Gregory Bloomfield. I hope you had a great weekend. It's raining here in Boston, but it's dry and warm up in this house, so I'm blessed and I'm thankful and highly favored. Glory to God. If you are on YouTube, if you don't mind sharing, and subscribing this channel, we want to grow this community and I need your help to do so. If you can just take 5 seconds literally and just click on the subscribe button. We are on a drive to get to at least 1,000 subscribers by the end of this calendar year or sooner, and I need your help to do so. So the best way that you can support this ministry is via clicking that subscribe button. Now, some of you may be asking the question, what kind of shirt are you wearing? Gregory, I thought you from Toronto, and I thought that you live in Massachusetts. Why on earth are you wearing a Detroit versus everybody t-shirt? I'm glad you asked. The answer is twofold, actually. But before I get into that, let me tell you a little bit about our promo between now and Easter Sunday. We are offering my book, The 522 Man. For those of you who don't have a copy, you can get yours through sisterpamelapublishing.com. We are doing a special teaching on faithfulness. The whole theme for the month is we've come this far by faith. And one of the chapters is a faithfulness along with the other fruits of the Spirit. You can pick up yours at sisterpamelapublishing.com. And if we show the flyer right quick, we have a code that you can use to get 10% off your purchase, whether autographed paperback, or you can also get an ebook. So I can send it to you tonight if you like, through ebook if you have a Kindle. And if you type the word faithful 10, FAITHFUL 10, you will be able to get 10% off of your offer. So if you want to take part of that, go to my website, sisterpamelapublishing.com. Thank you, Yolanda. You see the code in the middle of the flyer there, and the website is there at sisterpamelapublishing.com. You can also get other t-shirts and merchandise products that support this ministry. So thank you so much. And we'll show this again at the end of the broadcast. The reason why I'm wearing this t-shirt today is two reasons. Number one, as many of you know, I was in Toronto for a couple of weeks visiting my mother. I know she's watching. Hi, Mom. How are you? And I want to let you know that I did not get a direct flight from Toronto back to Boston. I actually had a stopover in Detroit. Actually, my final destination was Providence. But when I was in Detroit, the weather was so bad on this East Coast that my flight was canceled and I had to stay the night in Detroit. And I had to stay the night in Detroit and come back the next day to get my flight. And I had to maneuver my flight arrangements. Instead of flying to Providence, Rhode Island, I flew to Boston. And while I was waiting, it was a very long wait, I saw a store that sold this shirt, Detroit versus everybody. And it was also my wife's birthday was on the 17th. So I went in the store. I said, I got to get a gift. So I went in there, bought her a gift, and the shirts were so nice that I had to get one for myself. So I'm wearing this shirt in solidarity with the city of Detroit. Shout out for everybody in the Michigan area, Great Lakes Conference, everybody out there. Shout out to you. And shout out to my stepson and his wife, Jalen and Tatiana, and my two grandkids, Harley and Ivy. And they're all in the Michigan area. So shout out to all of you. Love you all. There's a second reason, and it has to do with my guest today. Her name is Leatrice Lindsay, and she is out of Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Now, if you know anything about the city of Windsor, obviously it's in Canada, but if you just look over there, you'll see the city of Detroit. So I don't have a Windsor versus everybody t-shirt. I'm wearing a Detroit versus everybody t-shirt in solidarity to the 313 and to the 519 and to the 226. So this episode is for everyone in the Windsor, Ontario, Detroit, Michigan area, because we know in Motivation Moments, we love everybody. So I am going to ask Leatrice to come up on stage now. I want her to introduce herself. And our theme for this night is we've come this far by faith. One of the things I can say about her is we wrote a book together many years ago, both of our first book called Parenting Teens, A Tug of War to Adulthood, which was an Amazon bestseller. And she's doing amazing things for the kingdom. She is a mom. She's an entrepreneur. In fact, you know what? Let her introduce herself. Second time on the show, friend of the show, my fellow Canadian. So if you hear some patois, we'll translate later. Let us receive Miss Leatrice Lindsay.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for giving me another time. I appreciate you.
No problem. And as Jamaican Canadians say, wagwan. Yeah.
We're going to keep it fishy tighty today, okay? We're going to keep it English.
And some people say, Medea.
One love.
How you doing?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you so much. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm back.
Yes.
I'm back. Yes. So like I said earlier, I want you to take the time to introduce yourself to the audience now. If this is the first time that you're seeing Leatrice, then you got to go back and watch episode 139, I think it is, was her debut on the podcast. So she was so amazing that we had to bring her back. And I'm so glad that she is here. So, Leatrice, introduce yourself to the people who may not know you.
Well, happy to be here. And once again, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure. As you mentioned, my name is Leatrice Lindsay, and I am what would you say? A woman of many hats. So, yes, I am a best-selling author, co-author, and I do have a book and a gratitude journal. I believe the purpose of my life is to help others and create a global impact. And I do that by, helping others create, multiple streams of income or create healthier outcomes. I enjoy what I do. I get to meet so much amazing people. I get to connect and network and build wonderful relationships like how we got to connect via social media, and then branching out just out into, grassroots into the city of Windsor. Moving from Toronto to Windsor, it has really pivoted and changed my life tremendously. And I'm just so thankful and grateful, and I'm so happy to be here, so happy to meet new people, and just the support of those who are already here coming to see me for a second time. I celebrate you because you showed up. Okay. So yeah, so that is pretty much the gist about me. I love what I do. I love showing up for others, and I love supporting, collaborating, and celebrating
Hmm.
with others.
What would you say right now, just as and thank you for that, just what would you say is what you're most grateful for right now? Like what is you obviously you have the effervescence of gratitude, but right now in this season, what are you the most happy for right now?
Life, and just life being abundant. Like, it's such a pivot from last year versus this year. Looks 100-fold different.
Mm,
And it definitely complements the theme. It's definitely faith. It's really, you know allowing things to happen, not controlling the things and the elements around me, and having to structure everything. So for me, it's just, the way how my faith has grown tremendously in 1 year, the way how God has showed up in my life around
mm,
me. And when God is in the midst, there has to be witnesses. So I was not the only one seeing what, the transformation that happened. Like, after you've gone through the journey, it seems like it was like a snip of the finger when you get there, and it's like, wow, what a contrast, what a
mm.
difference. And I just have to be grateful for those moments, every moment, and I learned to appreciate every waking moment.
Nice. Tell us now. You know when you say something like that, Latrice, you know I'm gonna start prying. So I'm gonna be. You said that the blessing, your faith has increased from last year to this year, and you're in a different place right now in your faith. Let's dive deep into that. What happened? What happened that made the change? Like, could you give us some of the highlights of what changed between last year and this year to make your mustard seed faith just blossom?
How can I say this without going into them? So basically, life um, life brought me challenges, and how I normally deal with challenges is to, again, get up and go. But there are things and elements outside of our control, like Katrina, world happenings. These things happen outside of our control. And in the past, it was more challenging for me to navigate through it. I felt like I had to stop and halt everything. I had to focus on just building, focus on just dealing with certain matters or issues. But when life took a turn where I had to uproot my family and transition immediately, find places, and we're in the bricks of, being, almost being homeless again. And I'm like, no, we're not going here, but God made a way. And during that time, there were just so many, again, elements that were happening during the area and the accommodations and things I was in at the time were out of our control again, were out of our housing situation control. So, being a mother who's parenting alone, who's in a city, away from family and friends and her support system, it was really humbling for me that I had to now open up and build up trust with the network that I created while I was here. I also had to make sure that I was open and accepted to those who were in position. I'm literally sitting in one spot and my door would knock. And I was like, that's God, because there's no way that person outside of that could have known what I was going through. But everything they say, God's not going to bring, send your husband or send things to your door or send money to your house. But last year proved everybody wrong, because I could be in my house and I would be in need of something and the door knocked. And it was a neighbor, or it was a neighbor, family, or friend, or it was, a network. And they say, you know what, it was just led on my heart to bring this here, or to give you this resource, or to check in on you. So little things like that led to major happening. So it really built my faith. It encouraged me, it inspired me, and it just really, gave me a surety of the support that I had here. One of the things that was challenging was that time, because we're building up our reputation in the business atmosphere as an entrepreneur. So it's when persons are going through challenges, it's hard to show your vulnerability in spaces like that, especially when you're growing and building. So those were one of the things that I had to learn to release, learn to let go, and be accepted, and just allow, God to move in my life. And then it was motivational to me, because then my children got to see the works of God in my life.
Yeah.
I got to celebrate that with them.
Mm.
So it's like that.
It's when you say that your children got to see the evidence of God, I find, like, even with my own children, is that you can talk as much as you want to about faith. You can theorize it, you can quote scripture, you can say, "Oh, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." But without faith, it's impossible to please God. But faith can't be theorized. You can't tell me that you have faith until you actually utilize it, right? Other than that, it's just theory.
Yes.
And when your children, and this is the audience, those of you who have children, those of you who are Christians or believers, your children are watching how you respond to difficult situations. And you can't fool young people. They know you struggling, right? They know it's a tight place. They know that you're not Elon Musk rich yet. You're not, you don't have money like Rockefeller yet. So they know that things are tough. And the way that you handle it, and when they see God move in your life, it not only reaffirms to you that God is real, but it also lets them see that God is real, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And one other point is they get to witness those miracles in their own life, recognize them when they do come, to say, okay,
Mm.
well, this was a faith move. This
Mm.
wasn't just circumstance or happenstance. Didn't just happen because I decided to make a move. No, this was, this was true blessing. This was my gift from God. This was for me.
Mm.
Right. This was so I just, it's just one of those things that it's unspeakable. It's, you just have to enjoy the journey, enjoy the process. Some people will see you and they're like, you don't look like what you've been through, but you got to smile. It's just
Yeah.
that unspeakable joy. You have
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
be there to understand what that really is.
Yeah. It's like people know that you in a fire, but you don't come out smelling like smoke,
Absolutely.
and it's just like, And that's when you give them all the praise, because it's like, it's not because of my cunning business acumen, it's because of God. And that's when the witness and the testimony comes. And I love it. I love it. We're here with Leatrice Lindsay. If you're enjoying this conversation, please hit the subscribe button, and please engage. And I thank everyone who commented, who are engaging in this conversation. So your faith has been growing and stronger. Has that translated to, and I see a new subscriber, DJT876. Thank you for subscribing. I want to know, has this faith move, how was that translated to your lifestyle and wellness business? Because I know you're very passionate about it. I have seen all your Instagram posts. They come up, pow, on my Instagram reels and stories. And if you're not following Leatrice, you need to do so. How is that now translated into other areas of your life, into your business, into your products, into your showcases? Tell us how that's improved and how that's evolved in that aspect of your life.
Well, one of the things when life was, when I was going through life, one of the things that had to slow down was my business, was my entrepreneurship, was the way I connected with my community. However, I stayed consistent. I showed up, even though it wasn't as often as they knew how, as they were used to seeing me, right? But during that time, we also go through seasons. Entrepreneurship is about season. We have the high, the lows, the mids, right? We have the rebuilding, the restructuring. And so I really had to hold on to faith, because it's like, I feel like I was starting over. And it's like, starting over again. Are we going to, like, what are we doing? We don't know what to expect. We don't know what it looks like, even though we've done it before. But this time around, what will it look like? And then started over in the low peak season, right? And, everyone was not focused on health and wellness, but more focused on their finances, and more focused on, just, building back the structure of their home life, their relationship in their homes, or just around them, and just pivoting. A lot of pivoting happened in the last couple of years, right? So I just had to believe that what I was seeing, I had to believe. And when I say what I was seeing, and based off, what God showed me, in whether the visions, dreams, or just the knowing that, the turnout is going to be better. So I had to believe beyond all the doubt that, when I put something out, the response is going to be there that I needed. The turnout is going to be there that I needed, right? But then also to be transparent, there are also some emotional things, some, things that I had to overcome, because those things do work on your emotions, because you've built up such a success. And you're used to showing up in the limelight consistently. So now coming back, it's like you're not holding the attention, right? So it's like being on this live. A lot of people will show up to watch the live, but so many more people show up after it's posted. So it's really knowing that no matter what, just keep going. Just keep going, just keep building, just keep believing that the vision has always been the vision. Continue with the mission. You may have to pivot, you may have to turn, you may have to detour, but the destination is still the same. You may have to tweak some things, but the destination is still the same, right? Yeah. It may look a little different than what you're used to, and you're a little, you're moving out of your comfort zone, but it's also necessary so that you can elevate. And then there's a lot of things that had to be eliminated, right? We have to eliminate, the thought process, the way our comfortability of how we are used to doing things, right? So it there's so many angles, and it plays a pivotal role. in who one is becoming, a major key on becoming that version, that better version of yourself. And it's going to display in your business and in how you show up and in, your craft, right? So,
And the other thing that I find is that you said something there in terms of it won't look like what you're used to. Sometimes you have to, and I've said this many times on this podcast, is that sometimes when God is moving in your life or trying to take you to greater, God's addition is sometimes done through subtraction. Oh yeah. So somebody put that in the chat. So sometimes God's addition is through subtraction and it leads to multiplication. Sometimes you have to take a step back and scale back for you to focus to make the main thing the main thing. As
absolutely.
God sees it, if you keep going this way, it might feel good short term, but they're lessons. Like your life had to be disrupted. My life recently was disrupted when I was on the right path and then had to pivot and all this type of stuff. And then a lot of times the scariest part is trusting, completely trusting in God. Because I don't know about you, but Latrice, I'm a bit of a control freak.
Exactly. And that's
Maybe you're not, but and maybe I'm the only one on this live that is, but I'm a bit of a control freak. I don't like not knowing where I'm going or what the end result is. And that's something that God has developed in me that to if I want to get into more deeper area of faith, I have to learn to let go sometimes. And that's difficult. But I'm getting there. But I also wanted to talk to you about this. See how you can help me on this. Since you are a coach, I know you coach women, but let me be a male client today. I, for many years, I struggled with imposter syndrome. I'm being very transparent today. I struggled with it for many years. Work, relationships, friendships, family. I often felt that I wasn't good enough to be in spaces. And I'm a lot better now, but every now and then it comes up where I just don't. You feel like you're going to sabotage your own dreams. Like, this is too good to be true. They're going to find out who I really am. They're going to think I'm a fraud. They're going to think I'm stupid. And then I'm going to prove them right. And everything that is in my life that God has blessed me with will fall apart because of me. So why even bother trying?
mm,
Right. And I say I struggled with that. I don't know if you've struggled with that, but how, what would be your remedy to somebody like myself that has struggled past tense, or somebody who's listening to deal with that voice inside their head that say they're not good enough?
well, thank you for being that transparent. And we definitely all go through that, especially when we're testing waters. I myself still go through that every time I have to experience a new challenge or, you know, show up again for, get prepared for a live interview. You go through that. You're like, oh my God, what is this going to be? We always self-doubt. We always, are the hardest person on ourselves. But I say, becoming, right? You got to become that version who you see. So we have to basically see what that version of the person you're becoming, what does that look like? Right? What is the outcome that you're working towards getting, the result that you want to see moving forward? And it's basically you got to work backwards and just start, you know, again, eliminating the things that do not serve that vision, that dream, that drive, and then start finding the tools, the resources, the support, the information that you need to fuel yourself, whether it's speak life to yourself, speak those words of wisdom to yourself, eliminate some of the negative thoughts by reading some things that even if it's affirmational words, whether it's, new information about, podcasting, about life coaching, about, becoming a more healthy version of ourselves. It's not always about cutting things out, but it's always about, get substitute, like what can I exchange? What can I add in? And little by little, then we can start eliminating those things. And one of the things that I love to say, to strengthen a muscle, is to continue showing up, continue doing that thing that scares you, continue doing that thing that worries you or concerns you, or that gives you doubt. That's the only way we can overcome or even build the confidence around it, or that belief within ourselves. Because the tricky thing is, everyone around us already see it in us. They see the potential, enjoy showing up to see us, but we at times can get in our own way by by telling ourselves the things, and the things that we tell ourselves are projections of our past, projections of maybe someone have told us, or someone that made us feel little in an environment, and then we walked away with that and we held on to that. So we have to be intentional now to work on the things, because awareness is key. Once we are aware, that is our superpower, to say, hey, I can eliminate this, hey, I can work on this. I have the power to decide, do I want to keep being this person, or can I move it out of my way and become the best version of myself? And can I do it by myself? It's not everything that we can do ourselves. We can get to a certain destination by ourselves. But the reason why we're not further along is because we haven't connected with a coach. We haven't connected with a mentor. We haven't connected with a person or a book that has the knowledge to increase us even faster, or to even show us a path where we can now navigate and ask the questions that we need to unlock the answers or the solution within us, so that we can grow. So I would just say, just keep going, keep thriving, and overcoming those challenges, right? It's a marathon. Run that relay and keep going.
Yeah, what I've been doing personally, and those are all excellent tips. What I've personally done to mitigate those thoughts in my head was, like you said, affirmations. One of the things that I do almost every day is two things to start my day. Is number one, affirmations. And gratitude, right? For the good, the bad, the happy, the sad. Be thankful that God allowed me to be in the situation to show up and show out in his due time. The second thing is, you're gonna like this as a wellness and fitness coach, is exercise. I can't stress enough. Like, from my mental health, that gym, I saw this reel not that long ago. It's like, the gym is not just for my physical health, it's for my mental health.
It is.
When you lift heavy stuff and you lift metal and bars and shiny things and sweat, you you have nothing but time to think. And it for me, it purifies my mind. And you get positive. Don't start off your day with the news. especially especially in this country. You don't want to start off your day, because you start angst and anxiety. But start on the goodness of God and read things that, if you have a business, read stuff that'll help you grow your business. Listen to coaches. Listen to affirming stories, particularly nonfiction. And the other thing that's helped me is it's changed my thoughts, and it let me know that I am good enough. Because if I was not supposed to be in this place, God wouldn't allow me to be in this place. And then I've also used imposter syndrome as my superpower. What I mean by that, it has allowed me to recognize that I need to work hard and give and ask, depend on God for his wisdom. If it's a space where I did not feel that I deserve to be there, then God tells me I do deserve to be there. then and if he allowed me to be there, it's his responsibility to keep me there.
Yeah.
So
The
don't
provision
trust
is
this.
right there.
Yeah, don't trust yourself and trust him. Let him move, right? So that has helped mitigate my imposter syndrome. So it's been less and less and less over the years. So thank you, coach. Um,
You're welcome.
sorry, I'm not a woman, but yeah.
I mean, I do work with very few men, but I do have a few men under my wings. But I do promote more working with women. But the man has really done some transformation, and I really don't talk about or celebrate them enough. But I do have some amazing men that do have some transformation under my wings, and I'm thankful and grateful for them. But
Yeah.
yeah, I do focus a lot on women.
So you have some male DEI. Praise God. Everybody, if you're enjoying the conversation, don't forget to click the subscribe button, and please share this with somebody else that you know that is female who's an entrepreneur, and also somebody who, thank you, Freedom House, work out, enhance your mental and physical health. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And somebody who may need to hear this word and need encouragement, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. With the time that we have left, I want to talk a little bit about. So we're talking about we've come this far by faith, and when you're walking in faith, sometimes your definition of success will be modified. Now, some people define success as I made 5 million in sales last quarter, right? That's great. But one of the things my wife and I talk about a lot is what success means to us is impact. So the numbers are good, but also the impact. How do you, in your business, measure success from an impact perspective more than just revenue? And how do you implement that with your coaching of other women who are busy and need a wellness transformation in their life?
Mm. Um, so one of the things, when it seems quiet, when it seems like you said the numbers are low, that's all perception. There's always that one or two person that will reach out to you and leave you that message of hope, message of just triumph, message of transformation, saying, "Hey, keep going. I see you," and then telling me, hey, I like one I got recently was, you know what, you really helped me, and I will never forget how I was able to help them to transform through their addictions and go into wellness and beat their health challenges, just because of me being consistent, just because of me, always keeping them accountable and putting them in my program and always checking up on them and making sure. So a lot in my business, especially a lot of the things that I do, it's not a consistent, like, day-to-day basis. It's like, okay, let's do 3 months, let's celebrate, let's come back. It's maybe months down the line out, that person will come back, or maybe they'll take a year off and then they'll come back again and realize. So for me, I have to show up, always being that repetitive person in their life, always showing interest, that I'm not just doing this for, income, but for impact. And whether you are subscribing to what I am doing, I'm genuinely concerned about your well-being, about you as an individual and a person, and the outcome of your life. So just constantly not only just showing up for myself, but showing up for those people who are behind the scenes, who are cheering me on as well. And then every now and then, being led on their heart to show up and say, hey, let me give her a word of encouragement, because she's always encouraging others. She's always showing up for others. She's always consistent. One of the things everyone always say to me, your consistency is, I wish I had your consistency, your drive. It's just, and you're always so supportive. I only give what I desire for myself.
Mm.
Things that I've overcome in my past, or the things that were major challenges in my past, like we did the self-sabotaging conversation
Yeah.
earlier. It's the things that people weren't showing up for you, people weren't, celebrating you. So one of the things that I do overly now possibly is showing up for people, celebrating them, taking my time out and making sure, hey, let me send you a flowers. Hey, let me let you know that I am concerned or I'm thinking about you. Let me go above and beyond because you deserve to feel, you know, what that feels like. It may feel, strange because no one around you has ever done it. So even
Right.
if the person that introduced you to that, to that type of affirmation, to that type of support, to that type of someone just showing up in your life, it's creating an impact, which creates a movement, which creates that domino effects. Because now, I always say to people, imagine, someone not starting their vision because you chose not to show up today,
Mhm.
right? Me showing up today helped the other person to move in their faith, to be like, you know what, if she can do it, so can I. You showing up every day is encouraging someone to start their YouTube, to start their podcast, to write their book, right? So things like that, just making sure that that you are constantly in the front line of what you believe or what you're 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 promoting or positioning yourself for, to be
Sure.
known.
Yeah. And it just lets us know that people are watching.
People are
Because
watching.
the consistency aspect of this podcast, and I can say that it's because I was in COVID, I was in Clubhouse, and I was watching when I was in When the Right One Comes with Bishop Greg Davis and his team. I saw that every day he had something. And it didn't matter if it was a blizzard, it didn't matter. Like every Monday from 3 to 7, he had Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Then he had his biblical teachings on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays, and Sundays as well. And it's just he never missed a time. And he always showed up, and even if he was unable to be there, he had somebody to cover for him. And then that consistency became infectious. And other people that I know that were when I was one of the things that I can say, Latrice, I'm sure you'll agree, is success always leaves clues.
Absolutely.
There's the formula is in observing the person. And one of the things is consistency builds longevity, which achieves legacy. That's not an original statement. I got that from Greg Davis, so he can send me a when he gets me a cash app. Like, yeah. But anyway, the thing is that I that's one of the things that's important is being consistent. I love that because in business,
Absolutely.
if you're not consistent, you will never be successful.
No.
Okay? Forget even business. If you want your children to respect you, be consistent.
Yep.
If you want that spouse or your boo or your bae to love you or your boo boo or whatever you want to call them, yeah, yeah.
Be consistent.
Ain't no woman likes an inconsistent man. You wonder how
Absolutely.
I know? Yeah. Well, I know now, but as yeah, it's you have to be consistent. That's the key. If there's anything we can take away from here is faith and consistency from today's meeting today. Um,
Absolutely.
so one of the things, do you have a community of people that hold you accountable, like in your, and are they different groups for different areas? Like if it's in business, you have this mentor, and because a lot of times mentors who claim to be coaches and mentors, I know you're legit, but a lot of people are claim to be coaches and influencers, but who do they report to? So I'm
Right.
just asking,
Right.
do you have a team, and what does your team look like? Oh, that freeze.
who
Oh, think you froze. Uh-oh. Looks like Leatrice froze. Oh,
can you hear me?
yeah, you froze a little bit. So we didn't hear anything after the question. It's the Matrix. We're in the Matrix. Take the blue pill.
Not the red one.
Yeah, not the red one.
Okay,
Great.
so as I was saying, I don't know why, but
Uh-oh. Did you take the red one?
yeah, I have a powerhouse of leaders. Are we there?
Yes, I'm here. I think you froze again.
Frozen.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Hopefully
right.
It doesn't happen again. So I think we should be good.
Yeah.
But for the third time's a charm, I have a
Yes,
team of powerhouse women, and you know, they're amazing. They're doing excellent. They're doing so many major things, global things, and that inspires me and that encourages me. And you know, we all support each other, and they're in different genre for sure. Like, you know, they're in the Airbnb business, the global concierge business. They're in finance and real estate. They're in, you know, so many different genres, and it's so important because if I ever need advice in that area, then there's always someone there to help me, to mentor me. Or they're always, you know, they're pursuing in their career, so they're always having workshop master classes or even resources available, you know, so that persons can show up, you know, for them and for themselves, just to get the knowledge, because again, they're so versed, and it's a wide diversity of, you know, knowledge and you know, people. So I know it is important. That's one of the things that I highlight even for my children, right? It's like you have to get a team of supporters or mentors who are going to be around us, right? You know, you know, Jesus had the disciples. There is a team of counsels. We must have, you know, we must have that stewardship of counsel around us that we can go to have those, you know, to have those reassurance, so that we can continue to excel in whatever area, right?
Yes.
Sometimes we are, you know, feeling, what's the word? Sometimes we need some emotional support. So you have to have that person who is not going to take advantage. I remember one day I got this new job and I was going through so much, and you know, I have some friends that never takes me serious. I have some groups of friends that never take me serious, but I have a team of people who I know I can go to for business. But given that, you know, saying that is when I'm going through something and I go to them and they're laughing, I go to my manager and I went to him and I was like, is there a reason why, you know, I'm not taken serious? Like, if I say I'm going through something, you would look at me like I'm not serious about it. And one
Wow.
of the things that they pointed out to me was that, you know what, because you seem like you take everything so lightly. Like you embrace everything with a smile, you approach everything gracefully, like it doesn't ever look like anything is bothering you or you're ever going through anything,
Yeah, but
right?
that can be dangerous though.
It, exactly. So
Because
I'm like, no, but I'm truly looking for some reassurance. So when you have to know your friends, and you have to know what you're going through. You have to know who you're able to go to, because then there are those who are familiar to you that can hinder you when you're growing, or won't see the thrive and the strive in you when you are growing. And then there are those that you need as anchors in your life, which are the ones we're talking about today, the team of supporters that I have around me that will always, you know, be rooting for me, or always pivot me back into direction, be like, hey, if they don't see me show up, they will check on me and say, hey, what's going on? Is there any way I can support you? Is there, what can I do? Okay, let's collaborate together so that we can combine our audience. So it's so important to have those people, and I definitely have those people around me, and I'm so thankful and grateful for them. And likewise, I just hope that I do the same for them, which they express many times. But it's just, I definitely, it's something that I'll encourage any person to make sure that they have around them.
Yeah.
Those team of support.
And one thing that I can say, we say that a lot in these spaces, that, oh, make sure you have a team. And I just said it myself. What would be the first step for somebody to start building a team? Like, what does that look like? Everybody say like, oh, you got to do the work. And then you just leave them to their own devices to figure out what that work means. What is the first step for somebody who is trying, a woman who is trying to improve in business or in their home or in their finances or with raising kids or just a personal accountability situation? What's the first step in terms of building that team?
Knowing your goal and your outcome, because instead of looking for the how, we need to find that who, right? I think the how leads to poverty, because we'll get so stuck into the, oh my God, how am I going to get the money? How am I going to travel here? How am I going to get the finances? When in reality, who can help us write this book? Who can help us publish it? Who can help us, overcome the sabotaging ways, or daddy issues or mommy issues, or anything that, or any challenges in our business that we feel stuck and we don't know the knowledge of who is that, who's the who that you're looking for. And, sometimes majority of the times we don't have it in our circles. So we have to move out of our comfort zone, and we have to look at the resources that are around us. Open our mouth. A closed mouth doesn't get fed. So we have to really go out and ask the right questions. Not only ask the right questions, but ask those questions to the right people. So going out to the community is such an amazing resource. There are BIA business, BIAs around your cities. There are business owners. So collaborate with a person or go volunteer, or go find how you can be of value to somebody else who's already doing that thing that you want to do. Right. And go there and be a student. Be a student, because just being in the right place at the right time, information is going to come to you. You may run into that person who can just say, hey, I like who you are and what you represent. Guess what? Now I can get you into another door where you can show up and you can shine. And then you shine even more, because guess what? Gregory, you spoke about me. You brought me onto this YouTube. So now people are going to, look at me and say, okay, she's credible, because guess what? Someone else said it. I didn't come on here and say it first. I've said it on other platforms first, but because I met you, I was able to show up differently, or show up in a different audience. So that's one of the things, building those network, connecting with persons, and just seeing, who that is that you can connect with. Make sure that, again, they're recommendable. Make sure that they're credible.
And one thing with this platform, I'll never put on a teeth.
Right.
You
you see?
You're not teeth, So yeah. Yeah. So let me translate it. I would never put on a thief or a crook or a scammer, right? If I know or have an inkling, my guests, I can honestly say, for the most part, have been carefully vetted. So yeah, you're all right. So
I appreciate you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
God. Yes. This is no scammer podcast. This is be encouraged, be inspired, be motivated, and be not scammed. So praise God. We're here with Leatrice Lindsay. With the time we have left, I want to give her the opportunity to give final words to encourage a woman who is in business or even just a woman, period, who wants to improve their life, improve their wellness journey, if you could leave us with three key points, we're gonna put the camera on you, and for like 3 to 5 minutes, if you just want to pour into that woman who may be listening to you, inspired by your story. They may know you, they may not know you, but if you just want to pour into those, uh, my audience, I'd greatly appreciate
All righty. Well, thank you again for this amazing, amazing opportunity. And I just want to say, if you are a woman in business, I celebrate you. Don't you ever, ever give up. Hey, lady, don't you ever, ever give up. So, success depends on you, the power within you, the power of the tongue. You have to speak it, you have to believe it, you have to walk within it, right? And you have to know that the value that you hold is needed, is necessary, right? So we have to speak that power, utilize that gift that is given to us, and know that it is for us. So whatever it is that you want to unlearn and relearn, speak the opposite of it and speak it in power. When it comes to moving, momentum, I love to say momentum. It's time to move, right? Success leaves clues. So keep going, keep excelling, keep connecting with the right person, keep showing up at the right places, keep networking and connecting, right? Because those are the keys that will hold that foundation, all right? And keep God in the mix, right? I always say God is my business partner. That is who I sit with. That is who I definitely go over everything with, ask for direction, and you will see that everything that you need will come to you. The right person will come at the right time. The right resources will come at the right time. And you're going to be able to evolve. Just have that belief. Just have that security within yourself. It doesn't matter what you hold in your hand. I like to tell women, utilize what's in your hand. What is your skill? What is your talent? What do you have? If you need a team and you have children, train the children in the way they should grow. Build that legacy. Equip them with the tools. Equip them with the resources that they need so that they can facilitate that legacy together. They may not want to carry on that business venture that you created, but you're instilling something within them. Whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's the skills and the talents, whether it's the mindset, because eventually you will see them scale in their own purpose and in their own vision. So remember, you're not doing this alone. You're not doing this by yourself, but you're doing this to impress upon other people who are around you as well. So I want to encourage you to keep going. If you need the help and support, reach out to us. If you need to know where to position yourself, then definitely do the research and guide yourself into where it is that you need to be. And just become and be that best version of yourself, because you are already that person. Time just hasn't caught up yet.
it. And neither have the checks. The checks are coming.
It's coming. It's coming. It's here.
Yes. They just need to know the address to get there.
The address.
Uh-huh. It's coming. It's just,
It's
yeah.
coming.
You have $1 million idea. The check just needs to get cut.
Absolutely.
Or should I say the wire or the ACH?
Listen, already done.
The direct deposit.
The direct deposit, the
Praise
e-transfer,
God. Yes, sir.
right?
But thank you so much, Leatrice. Hey, how can someone find out more about you, get plugged into your content? And I also heard that you have a gratitude journal. So let's leave our for our final words. Let's talk about how people can reach you on Instagram and how they can get the journal.
Well, on Instagram, it's becoming Treece, becoming TRICE. You can go there, and definitely that's where I'm more active. I do have multiple Instagram, but that's the best way in terms of finding my materials of any kind. Just type Leatrice Lindsay in Google, on Amazon, the World Wide Web, and you will see everything that I am up to, and you'll be able to follow me. And please do. And make yourself known so I can follow you back, because I love to know about what you are up to and how you are impacting the world, and how we can collaborate together so that we can continue to celebrate each other.
Amen. All right. So everybody sees the Amazon link, Amazon C. That's the Canadian Amazon. But if you go to .com, you can find it there too. So some people in the States are like, oh wait, CA, what's CA? No, that's
True.
Canadian Amazon. So it's also COM. So as my grandmother would say, literally, 6 it doesn't want to have to see him. So
Yeah. Translates.
translate 6 plus 6. Basically, we're saying
Increase.
Yeah,
All makes the same.
all things the same. That's
All
what
things
we're
the
saying.
same.
Yes, I got real comfortable. Um,
Don't forget.
I know. So yeah, so becoming Treece on Instagram, that you can check out our products, you can check out her motivation. She's really, really active on Instagram, so make sure that you check her out as well. This was good.
This was amazing.
This is gooder than good. This
Great.
is this 139 was good, or 138. I forget what number was, 138, 139, but 195 was better.
Was better.
So yeah, it keeps getting better every time
And
you're on
time
there.
went
So
by so quickly. I feel like we just started. Oh my goodness.
I know, right? That listen, when you're having a good conversation, you don't look at a clock. We
Listen.
have to be reminded. No, we have to be reminded. Oh yeah, the show's an hour. My bad.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. You have some podcasts that I watch that go on for like 3.5 hours. I'm like, I don't know how to do it. So
Yeah.
1 hour is the perfect amount that you have enough that you're
Time.
satisfied but not full,
Yeah.
right? Sometimes it's that you go on for this isn't like Joe Rogan where it's like 4 hours and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need a break.
You need
No,
a break. Put it on pause and come
put it
back.
on pause, go do something, come back, and
Come
like,
back.
no, that's like Joe Budden or something like that. No,
Yes.
this
Here
is
we have some
Gregory
good
Bloomfield.
time. We have some true
1 hour.
religion. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. This was great. Thank you so much for agreeing to be on here again. Thank you.
Thank you for having me once again. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Hey, y'all, if you really enjoyed this episode with myself and Latrice, please let us know in the comments. Also, like I said earlier, the best way for you to show love to this podcast is to subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before December 31st. That is our internal goal. So if you were blessed, please, it costs you nothing to subscribe to this podcast. Also, if you want to be a blessing to us with a financial gift, in the United States, we have something called Cash App. So Cash App, you can use a QR code and you can donate any amount of money, 5, 10, 15, $20, whatever that you want to give. We also have PayPal. So PayPal for our international audiences, you can use my email address, which is Bloomfield Ting, BLOOMFIELDTING. Can you tell I'm Jamaican, Latrice? Bloomfield Ting, not the drink.
Yeah,
Bloomfield Grapefruit Ting is the best. Bloomfield Ting at gmail.com. We are also having a sale, a promotion of my book, The 522 Man, that was out about a year and a half ago. But it's still a blessing for you men out here or ladies out here that have husbands or sons, or you want to learn more about what it means to have the right type of man, you want to get the 522 Man. It's basically 9 chapters. Each one represents the fruit of the spirit found in Galatians 5:22 and 23, and it is a guide for merging manhood with Christian principles to the fruit of the Spirit. So the first chapter is love, and it talks about love, what it means for men, joy, what it means for men, peace, what it means for men. So you need this book in your arsenal. Type the word Faithful 10 at checkout for 10% off. You can get an autographed paperback, which I'll mail to you, or you can get the book tonight through ebook, through Kindle ebook. Go to my website for my online products at sisterpamelapublishing.com, and you can pick up your copy of The 522 Men, and all of our books and products and online merch is on that website. On Thursday, we're going to be continuing our series on the faithfulness series. We did our first episode this past Thursday. We're going to do part 2 this coming Thursday, March 26th at 8:30. Title of the message is going to be called Faith is a Lifestyle. Faith is a lifestyle, and it's based on the principles of the 522 man. Go check it out at 8:30 on this same channel, and you'll get notified if you subscribe. So subscribe to this channel, and you'll get notified of this amazing teaching that I'm doing on this podcast. Until then, have a blessed week. This one goes out to 313 and 519 and 226 and Windsor is what again? 519? Yeah, 519. This goes out to Windsor.
Listen, we have to big up Toronto. 416.
Yes, and 905.
And 905.
Yes. 416. 905 is for them.
Big up Toronto, because you know that's what.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. North York and Etobicoke. Connect.
Hey, listen.
Oh, she's trying to get rid of us. Oh, yeah, she don't like Toronto? All right, Alana, we'll remember. Shout out to DeSoto, Texas. Yeah, big up Toronto, big up Windsor, big up Detroit, big up Boston, big up all you know. All right. Have a great night. God bless. This is Leatrice. My name's Gregory. Have an amazing evening. Be encouraged, be inspired, and be motivated. God bless.
Hey, listen, if you in your car, if you with your family, if you in the backyard having a cookout, I need you to turn this all the way up, because it's about to go live. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and they sure can't take it away. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and they sure can't take it away. I know you see the light and how it shines. I'm a child of God, why you look surprised? I'm super fly, I won't apologize, cause I won't get favor, I got flavor. Salt of the earth, I can't lose my savor. Jesus Christ, yeah, that's my savior. Eyes on the cross, I don't see no hate. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Yeah, yeah, I once was lost, but now I'm fine. I won't go. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, I didn't give it, and they sure can't take it away, sure can't take it away. No, no, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, I didn't give it, and they sure can't take it away, sure can't take it away. No, no, I faced a lot of things in my lifetime, but God stepped in at the right time, picked me up when I was down. Nothing can stop me now. Never see the righteous forsaken. Everything that I suffered has taught me patience. All my help, it comes from you. You're the only one that pulled me through. So refreshed, I've been renewed. Feel like I just can't lose. Joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and they sure can't take it away. This joy that I have, yeah, yeah, the world didn't give it to me, I didn't give it to me. Sure can't take it away, sure can't take it away. No, no. This is what I need y'all to do for me. I need you to forget about your problems, grab your loved one by the hand, and take them to the dance floor.